New cutting-edge procedure that actually implants a new heart valve while the heart is still beating. It is remarkable. We wanted to find out just how this operation works. Tonight, Matt is live from St. Joseph's Hospital with an exclusive look inside the operating room and how this cutting-edge new procedure actually works. Matt.
Well, Megan, you know, as we get older, our hearts do age and the valves in the heart do stiffen over time. In fact, the aortic valve is one of those that takes place. Now, if you're a little bit younger, at least relatively younger and somewhat healthy, a cardiac surgeon can go into the heart and then replace that valve for you. But if you're older and you have other illnesses that are part of your health picture, you haven't had any other options. That is until now.
But you can come right in.
This high-tech world is a hybrid operating room.
All right, y'all ready for a little valvuloplasty here?
Sorry? Yeah. Get ready to do a valvuloplasty.
Okay. Pacer on, please.
Interventional cardiologist Dr. Ron Caputo stands side by side with cardiac surgeon Dr. Randy Green.
Randy, what do you think?
Yeah,
If I come a little more this way, take one more picture.
State-of-the-art innovation in catheters, heart valves, and real-time imaging gives this collaborative team the tools it needs.
A little test. A little deep. Not much, though, because it's going to rise up.
They are implanting a new aortic valve without cutting open the patient's chest. This is one of 4 teams across upstate New York offering the TAVR procedure to patients who could not withstand surgery.
Yeah, a lot of these patients are like that. They ratchet it down and they feel bad, so they just stop, slowly stop doing stuff.
TAVR stands for transcatheter aortic valve replacement. Ideally, the catheter is threaded through the femoral artery in the groin.
They go up through the sheath into the abdominal aorta, and we have to get these balloon markers to line up on the valve. So the
Pat Romeo is with Edwards Life Sciences, the company that makes the valve and its delivery system.
Using this handle, they will actually put a curve into the catheter that mimics the shape of the aorta. It will come down through the aorta, cross the annulus.
The physician gets it in the correct spot, determined on angiography. They'll inflate the balloon, and that old calcified valve will help stabilize the TAVR valve in the right location.
Lucy Schluter is the TAVR coordinator at St. Joe's.
And the leaflets, the tri-leaflets of the valve, work instantaneously. And
so nothing's sewn in, nothing?
Nothing's sewn in.
Yeah.
It's this stent-like technology that keeps everything kind of locked into that calcium.
What's that all made of in there?
This is a cobalt chromium.
That provides the solid base for the valve made from cow tissue. The metal mesh is also flexible enough to be crimped to a small enough size to pass through the arteries before the balloon restores it to full size as the new aortic valve.
They just get up faster and they get out quicker, and they do better if you can do it through the groin.
The team walks through the patient's particulars, history, medications, and critical pre-procedure imaging. The only patients eligible for a TAVR procedure have too high of a risk for surgery. Our patient had a previous bypass. He's 86 years old. Knowing every detail matters to ensure a successful outcome.
And we have blood. Okay. Everybody's good? Let's go.
A room that starts with casual chatter, quiets, focuses, and fills with tension as the stakes rise.
So I think we should pace and make sure that everything's still before we... Y'all ready?
There's no heart-lung machine assisting. To deploy the new valve, the team forces the heart to beat so fast, it stops. Blood flow halts. The concern arises. Will life return?
Hammer it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. Pacer off, please. Okay, pacer off, please. Yeah, let's shock him, please. Shock him.
Now, right at that instant, the heart has stopped. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll tell you what the cardiac team did to get that heart beating once again with this patient that now has that new TAVR valve inside of him. That's all coming up tonight at 6. Megan?
That is just incredible to see, Matt. And you can feel the tension, the anxiety in the room, but clearly these folks know exactly what they're doing.
Yes, they're a very accomplished team. They work well together. They're really, truly ready to handle any eventuality in that operating room.
A remarkable team. Great to see, Matt. We'll see you again tonight at 6. But first, tonight we go up close with a Central New York developer with projects scattered across the area from Watertown to Syracuse and DeWitt. Matt takes a closer look tonight. Matt?
Well, this company started nearly 20 years ago, developing a supermarket and some muffler chain stores. They really started to take off when they began spreading the town center concept. I went up close with developer Steve Aiello for this rare interview about the fundamentals behind this fast-growing company and an exclusive look at several of its high-profile projects.
In the urban setting, the old must be torn down before the new can go up.
So what else? What are we looking at here? What are these guys? What phase are we in now?
So we're in the final phase of demolition. There was a significant millions of dollars of environmental cleanup on the site.
The site of the old Mercy Hospital in downtown Watertown is being redeveloped by a company best known for creating suburban town centers.
How successful has the Fayetteville project been?
Fayetteville has been a huge success. I mean, early on when we looked at the site, you know, a lot of folks told us that, you know, you could not rehabilitate it.
Rehabilitation is just one element of their widening reach. They've added high tech and Hollywood.
Along the perimeter on the exterior of this room is all post-production and editing rooms and things that would be used. And
in here, there's insulation on the walls for
special insulation for soundproofing. And, you know, the height obviously is for optimal filming.
The Optimal project for 5 partners who formed one company improves the region where they all grew up. They have upstate New York at heart, which inspired their company name. Latin for heart is core. This is core development.
I and my family and my partners' families, we were all born and raised here. And we believe in this community. It's a great community. It's a great place to raise your family. And, you know, and we've been successful here. And, you know, we think the quality of life is outstanding.
While the nation and the region struggled through recession, Steve Aiello and CORE kept building. From 1998 through today, real estate they developed is valued at more than $400 million. It stretches from Batavia to Colony, Fayetteville to Watertown.
How have you bucked that trend? Like, what has helped you do that?
Well, you know, we're kind of a tight-knit group. I mean, and, you know, we have a big presence, but we have a small group. We work very efficiently, but we also look at projects for sustainability. And we've had great success with the quality of projects that we build. I mean, primarily, we own all of our projects and we manage them. So when you walk into one of our projects, you know, we make sure that we pick up the papers and it looks as though you're walking into your house. It's important to us. And I think that's had a lot to do with our success.
Success that has developed over 5.5 million square feet of space out of a company that started with 2 offices and 2 cell phones developing sites for a muffler chain. Now it's rebuilding urban cores, turning an aging vacant hospital site in Watertown into a 4-story mixed-use complex with office, retail, and 186 residential units. It'll be called Mercy Heights.
You start out building shopping space. Yeah. Why have you changed that perspective over time?
Well, you know, for many years we built regional suburban shopping centers, and, you know, we loved what we did. But about 5-6 years ago, we decided to, you know, collectively take all of our resources from office development, retail development, and residential development, and kind of repurpose and basically start to do these urban redevelopment projects.
Some of these projects get off the ground thanks to government incentive programs. In this case, CORE gets a total of $4 million in state economic development money, one piece of a $65 million project.
Our objective is to basically put a business model together to identify a good site for development, to go forward on the basis that we're going to build it with conventional financing. And if there's a case of where we need some economic incentive, you know, then we will go to the community or to the state or whomever and say, here's our model, this is what we're going to build, this is the economic forecast of it, and is there some help that you could offer?
For the new Beaver Meadows housing complex built behind its Watertown Town Center, Core receives some tax breaks and government-backed loans. 300 apartments will be finished this year. Many of these tenants are connected to Fort Drum.
How do you make money? Like what part of the business makes money? You know, you control a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean,
where along the way does money come into Core?
I mean, ultimately we make old-fashioned. We make money by renting real estate. We don't make it out of the property management company that we run to take care of the facility. You know, we typically don't look at, you know, government incentives unless there's a need to move the project forward, so it's on an as-needed basis. It's kind of the old-fashioned model, you know, we build a center, we build apartments, and we borrow the money to build it, and over time, we keep them rented and we maintain them, and, you know, we pay down debt.
An approach that has kept Core out of the spotlight while doing its part to transform upstate New York.
I think it's important to pay attention to the detail, and in the end, we always bring our projects in on time at budget.
It's remarkable what they're accomplishing. There's a lot more to share about my up-close conversation with Steve Aiello. Coming up on NBC3 News at 6, we're going to give you a first look inside that new film studio. Gave you just a little glimpse there, built on the nanotechnology site. That looks pretty neat, doesn't it?
It looks remarkable.
Yeah, and also we're going to go to Syracuse's Inner Harbor. If you've been by there recently, you see a hotel is on its way up out of the ground. We'll talk with Aiello about the tens of thousands of dollars in political campaign money that goes in contributions by him and his partners. That piece we'll talk about tonight on NBC3 News at 11.
What I really like is to see local people reinvesting in the community that they grew up in. I mean, clearly these guys have an investment in moving their community forward.
Yeah, they certainly are committed, and they've done very well, as he said, right in their own backyard.